Welcome to Power Monday. Okay, glad to have everyone with us here tonight. Okay, so today we actually have a very special guest speaker, Dr. Ashleigh Quek. So she'll be talking about the power of fulvic acid. So okay, fulvic acid is actually this product that we have here, mineral I. So it's a very amazing product that even I bring it everywhere I go. So it helps to protect me, my health, and also protect my family's health as well. So today, actually, Dr. Ashleigh will actually talk to us more about how amazing this fulvic acid is and how does it help with our health and how our immune system and the people around us, how can they benefit from it. Okay, so Dr. Ashleigh, right, she is actually Singaporean. Okay, but now she's actually in the UK. So she studied medicine in UK and she's actually practicing as a doctor in a hospital in UK at the moment. Okay, so today we're actually very honored to have her here today to actually share more about the goodness of fulvic acid to all of us. Okay, so how did she know about this product? Okay, and about fulvic acid in ThanksAi, right? So actually, she has a good friend in Singapore, and basically, Dr. Ashleigh, she herself had some arthritic pain in her finger. So just by taking some of the ThanksAi products, right, she had actually very amazing results. And then from there, she realized that she benefited even more from the products in various ways. So I wouldn't explain so much on my side, but I actually let Dr. Ashleigh to explain more about how did she benefit from the ThanksAi products and also explain about how good ThanksAi's fulvic acid is. So let us welcome Dr. Ashleigh.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me here today. I'm very happy and honored to be given the chance to share about the ThanksAi supplements and especially on fulvic acid today. So, as mentioned by Yvonne, I came across ThanksAi supplement because of arthritic, similar kind of pain in my index finger. That time I was still in the UK, and then 2 weeks later, I went back to Singapore and got to know a friend who introduced to me ThanksAi supplement, and the pain in the finger within seconds. The first time I took it, which was Profil, in seconds, maybe like give it 5 seconds, the pain reduced to 60 to 70%, which was something that I have never experienced it before with regards to supplements. So I asked further questions, look into ThanksAi products, and took on board in terms of consuming it. And in months to come later, I've been on. I've observed other benefits in my body, especially, for example, I feel more energetic, less tired, and also in terms of I have gastric problem in the past. So with the supplements, it also helped to, repair whatever issues that I have. And I was also able to sleep much better, good quality sleep. And to be honest, I've also got like internal hemorrhoids, but with ThanksAi supplements, and the hemorrhoids actually kind of slowly reduced in size and eventually got to a size that it's not noticeable anymore. And obviously, when you do number two without the hindrance of the internal hemorrhoids, everything is less painful and smoother, and you know what I mean, right? So yeah, and also I've introduced ThanksAi to my parents, and after 1.5 years, I could see dramatic changes in them, especially you can see them being very radiant now, having no problem with climbing stairs, able to even do simple things like wearing your pants or shorts, which is something that I think a lot of us take for granted. Yeah, but to my parents, especially my dad, being able to do that and to know that there's no like problem now, I think it's a relief. Yeah, and also I'm happy for him because he's enjoying his semi-retired or retired life now. And yeah, these are just some stories that I've experienced it and been sharing with people around me. Yeah. Okay, so today I would like to just touch on fulvic acid, which has also many great benefits that has helped a lot of people in many health conditions, especially those that are common to us. Um, so I'll just be sharing my slides. Just give me a minute. So, okay, sorry, technical problem. So as we all know that in our body, there are five main group of nutrients which are important for us so that we can function properly on a daily basis. So we've got our proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and vitamins. And lastly will be our minerals. So to many people, actually, the mineral group is the most important group of all the nutrients that we need for our body, even though it only consists of 4% of the whole component of sorry, a bit lag. Yeah, I was saying that even though minerals only constitute 4% of the whole five main
Sorry,
components
Dr.
of,
Ashleigh, I
yeah.
think we can't see the slides.
Okay, just give me a minute now. Okay.
Or do you want me to help you to share?
Um,
Oh, I think it should be okay.
okay, let me try again. If cannot, then
Can.
can you see
Yes, yes.
now? Okay. Okay. Sorry
Okay.
about the technical fault. Um, yeah, I was explaining why minerals are especially exceptionally important for us because without the minerals, it cannot there will not be smooth flowing operation of the other four main groups of nutrients in our body that can help us to function properly on a daily basis. So Dr. Linus Pauling, which is a Nobel Prize winner, has made a statement saying that all diseases without exception are due to insufficient minerals. And yes, we all know that our vitamins like A, B, C, D, E are important, but as I mentioned before, without minerals, our vitamins also cannot carry out its own function to bring about, the good effects that it could bring. So most of the time, our body cannot produce minerals. We can only have minerals in our body through our daily intake of food, our fruits, our meats, vegetables, and other other dietary intake. At the moment, the world is facing a mineral deficiency because compared to 20 to 30 years ago, the things that we are eating now is not as, I would say simply, not as nutrition as before, because we have already lost quite a fair bit of minerals in our agricultural land, which can be as high as 80 to 90%. So even though, yes, let's say you tell me that I'm eating vegetable, I'm eating fruits every day, but given the quality of those vegetables, fruits, fish, or meat that we're eating today, it is not as good quality as before. And for example, chickens, I think most of us would have heard stories about hormonal injections to our chickens. And then when they are being killed, for the meat that we eat, those meat also contains those hormones and is not as healthy as 20, 30 years ago compared to our, grandparents' time. And because of pollution, contamination, pesticide used to grow our crops faster, the soil is not as pure as before. So therefore, the minerals are also not as available as 20 to 30 years ago. So with less availability of good pure minerals in our food today, that's why it's also now important to look into finding supplements that provide those missing minerals that we cannot find anymore in our daily food. So coming to fulvic acid, why it is an important supplement because it contains a lot of minerals that we cannot find in our daily food, number one. And number two, it also contains the common minerals that we have in our daily food. And for a start, just want to introduce to you what is fulvic acid. So basically, it is a byproduct from microorganisms in the soil that has been decaying over hundreds and hundreds of years ago. It's formed by the multiple layers of rocks, plants, vegetations on our Mother Earth. And with the decay process, that's how fulvic acid comes about. So it's actually been around for more than 3,000 years ago. But even up to today, not many people know about it because not many people have kind of like share information about it, because it's usually used in Ayurvedic medicine, which what we call a traditional medicine application. In the past, long time ago, 100 years ago, you can find it in the traditional medicine system in India, Nepal, and Himalayas. And only in recent times, it has slowly surfaced in the market to let people know more about it. Another name for fulvic acid is called shilajit, which is a name in Latin. And so if you Google shilajit, you can also find the equivalence of it to fulvic acid. So what can fulvic acid help us in? Because as I mentioned earlier, it has been derived from the sedimentary layer from Mother Earth up to many layers from the decay process. So because of its richness and the availability of many minerals found in it, it can help to increase our human body absorption rate up to 98%. I will explain later on why it can give such a high rate of absorption compared to other minerals that you see in the market. it is of high quality. So it's not just, it's from those very mountainous area, untouched by human being. That's why it can still remain its pureness with high quality. And as I mentioned before, it contains more than 70 types of minerals in a well-balanced manner. As we all know, everything would be nice in optimal level. We cannot have too much of something, but we cannot have too little of something as well. So fulvic acid can help to keep a tab on all the minerals in our body to make sure that every mineral that we have in our cells are of the optimal level. And lastly, fulvic acid can help to eliminate or remove harmful minerals from the body, because you can't have too many minerals as well, because it can give detrimental effect, causing unnecessary health problems as well. So I'm just going to touch a little bit on the structure of fulvic acid, which is mainly the molecules of fulvic acid. It is a plant-based mineral, so without any other component. And to be just to let you know, fulvic acid is also needed by plants for their own nutrition, for their own growth. So if you think about it, if plants also want fulvic acid because they can benefit from it, why not human beings' body, isn't it? And the structure of fulvic acid is 7,000 times much smaller than our own red blood cell. So if it is so small, so definitely in terms of absorption of it will be also much easier in our own human body. And that's why I say it is easily absorbed into our body, that can be as high as 98% compared to other minerals that, you know, can maybe be absorbed into our body 10 to 40%. So with a high absorption rate, then it can also give you the highest effect in giving the body the health that it needed. So this is just the chart of all the minerals you can find. Usually, you know, when we are in, I think, secondary school, we need to memorize all the position of our minerals. So for fulvic acid, in mineral I of ThanksAi, it contains more than 70 types of all the natural minerals, and it can help to optimize whatever, you know, amount of minerals that we need for our health, whether we whether we have any health issues or not. So you might see that in the table earlier on, all the minerals are standalone, but however, each one of them are related to one another, because, for example, iron, which is Fe, it can be affected by zinc, Zn, or copper, Co. On the other hand, zinc can also affect, will also be affected by iron, and so on and so forth. So if you look at the middle picture, it shows the relationship with between all the minerals that can act on each other and with each other as well. And looking at the picture on the right, which shows a bucket which has a broken piece, especially on, let's say, the symbol K. So symbol K is actually potassium. Potassium is a very important electrolyte in our body because, for example, it is needed for regulating our heart rate. If it's too low or too high, our heart rate will go irregular. And in order to get it in a balanced level, it is also being affected by other minerals around it, like calcium, which is Ca, magnesium, which is Mg, and even iron, which is Fe. So all of them play a part with each other. If, let's say, potassium is not enough, even though you have enough calcium or magnesium or iron, there will still be a leakage. That's why you can see water flowing out from the bucket. So fulvic acid will help to make sure that calcium and magnesium, for example, can help and calm and increase the level of potassium, which is K. In case K level is lower than ideal. So this is just a comparison between taking 70 tablets of different minerals separately on a daily basis compared to 70 minerals all in one bottle of mineral I. If it's me, I would rather just have one capful of mineral I rather than swallowing 70 tablets, which can be quite unpleasant. So ThanksAi made mineral I to be liquid form so that everyone can have access to it and easily, because whether is it children or is it for elderly, because these two group of people, they tend to not be able to take tablets as easy as us, which are in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So ThanksAi made it a point that, to make it more easy for people to consume the minerals, they have put it in liquid form. So in terms of if you do not have enough minerals in the body, what can happen? So usually symptoms come in 3 stages. So the first stage is usually if you do not have enough minerals in your body, you feel tired, you cannot concentrate, you feel you're not able to sleep well, you cannot remember things as well as you should be, because when your minerals are not enough, it can affect every single cell in your body. And as we all know, cells are found in every system in our body: the heart system, the lung system, the brain system. So everything is interconnected. And if, let's say, you have heart problems, say you are anemic, that means you are lacking in iron, okay? When your blood does not have enough iron, which means you do not have enough red blood cells, the blood system can affect your heart system, because then your heart have to pump harder in order to push more blood around the body to deliver oxygen to the body, especially your brain. So all these are interconnected. Now, if, let's say, your mineral deficiency goes even deeper, then you will experience more serious conditions such as depression, high blood pressure. So just to touch on depression, for example, the reason why people have depression because there is a low level of a certain chemicals in our brain. And why we have low level of that certain chemical is because of mineral deficiency. So if, let's say, we can up our mineral level to help to increase the chemical for that particular chemical, then there is a lower risk of that person developing depression. Same for example, diabetes. Everyone knows that diabetes is probably the number one developed countries problem nowadays. reasons why we have diabetes, because we do not have enough insulin to break up the sugar in our blood. And with mineral deficiency, that can cause not enough insulin to be produced. And that's why it can slowly lead to diabetes. And of course, the end stage of mineral deficiency will be in very serious conditions such as cancer, Alzheimer's disease. I will touch a bit more on Alzheimer's disease later on, because I think it's a very important information to share with you, as it's a condition that is getting more and more common, especially in developed countries like Singapore, Malaysia, even the UK, where, you know, a lot of patients that I see in the hospital, they often or not, they have dementia, whether is it early stage or end stage. So what is the power of fulvic acid? These are all the benefits that one can enjoy when you are consuming fulvic acid. It helps to deliver nutrients thoroughly to all our body cells, because it actually can attract electrolytes and other minerals in the body and help to transport them throughout the body. So this is why absorption rate can be as high as 98%. We not just get the minerals from fulvic acid, but other minerals that are already in our body can also be further transported to areas in our body that needed those minerals. So fulvic acid is a very good transporter, okay, simply in a layman term. And it's also very good for elderly, because as we all know, you know, old people, as they grow older, their absorption rate of vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins get reduced. So with fulvic acid, because it can up your absorption rate very high, and so this part would definitely help our, you know, elderly to also increase their own absorption rate and make them, you know, more energetic, more energetic, have more energetic, sorry. And fulvic acid can also help to improve our immune system, because it has anti-inflammatory function. It can also fight viruses, which I will explain to you in a minute later. And it can activate enzymes in our body, because we need enzymes for a lot of chemical reaction in our body. So if we do not have enough enzyme, number one, and number two, we do not have enough enzyme reaction in our body, a lot of things cannot happen in the body to give us the functions that our body needs to do. And then, so these are just a few examples of how fulvic acid can help in giving you, you know, the group health that you needed. So in terms of fulvic acid properties, I'll just delve on it a bit more. It can help to chelate heavy metals, which means to remove unnecessary heavy metals. And I'll just touch on three important ones. So firstly, iron. We need iron, definitely, because iron will be needed for to produce hemoglobin, which is a cell that helps to transport oxygen throughout our body. However, if we have too much iron in our body, it can cause things like liver disease, heart problems, and also even cause diabetes. Because if there's too much iron in the body, it will store in organs like our pancreas. When there's too much iron in the pancreas, it can stop the pancreas from working normally. And indirectly, you cannot produce the insulin that is needed to break down the glucose or the sugar in our blood. And that's why diabetes can happen. So we can't have too much iron, and we need to be aware of that. And next, aluminium. Aluminium is a very important mineral in our body, but too much of it can cause a serious condition like Alzheimer's disease. Because how Alzheimer's disease occurs is because there is too much protein, called what we call tau protein, accumulated in the brain. So with this accumulation of the tau protein, it can affect communication between our neurons in the brain. So there is lesser communication, so message cannot be passed from one neuron to another neuron, and there's a breakdown of communication. So that's why people who have Alzheimer's disease, they cannot remember things as well as we do. They have even problems with remembering when to eat. They have problems swallowing at this will be a end stage. So it is important that aluminum that don't get too much accumulated in the body. And also what I found out was there are studies who have shown that too much aluminum level has been found in children with autism. So this could be an important information for us. And if there's too much copper, it can cause brain damage and also liver failure. So fulvic acid can help to remove all these unnecessary amount of heavy metals from our body. So this is just a paper to explain what I was talking about in terms of Alzheimer's disease. So with fulvic acid, it can stop and also discourage the formation of tau protein in the brain that is associated with Alzheimer's disease. And then I explained earlier, aluminum can cause more tau protein to be produced in the brain of an Alzheimer's patient. And another paper that has shown that there is high level of aluminum in brain tissue of autism. So just to further explain about Alzheimer's disease. So this picture shows that there's one side of a healthy brain and one side of an Alzheimer's brain. So the tau protein is actually those yellow small molecules that are found around our neurons. And with the accumulation of tau protein, it can also shrink our brain. That's why you see a healthy brain is quite abundant, quite full, but compared to a severe Alzheimer's brain, it's much smaller in volume, and there's a lot of space around the brain, which is not very ideal or beneficial for our brain functions such as memory, concentration, even like speaking, doing your motor functions such as even walking. Alzheimer's can affect all those areas. This is just an MRI scan of, again, a normal brain, which is under the control part, and then the Alzheimer's brain. So if you look at the spaces, which is what we call the black space, in the Alzheimer's brain, you see there's a lot more black spaces, especially on the top of the brain compared to the healthy brain. So these spaces shows that there's less neurons available for our brain to function properly. With less neuron means less communication between each other, and which means a message cannot be passed on as quickly or as fully to other neurons as desired. Okay. So moving on, fulvic acid can also help to improve any skin conditions that anyone can have. So for example, like allergies, eczema, psoriasis, all these are actually categorized under overreactive inflammatory condition in our body. So like I mentioned before, fulvic acid actually has an anti-inflammatory property. So that can help to subside any reaction or any chemical, sorry, not chemical, any reaction that can be found in the skin. It has anti-aging property because firstly, it can help cells in our skin to regenerate themselves. And secondly, it can help to transport all the necessary nutrients from our digestive system all the way to our skin surface, and then help to build more moisture in the skin layer. It has also sunscreen property if this is something new for everyone, because it has, how would I put it? It can block out all the UV rays in the body. And for example, when you are facing the sun too much, it actually can cause a lot of melanocyte to be produced, and that's why people get dark. Okay, but with fulvic acid, it can stop the production of melanocytes, and as a result, there's less production of melanin, which is the main component that cause your skin to be tan or to be dark. So even for people with pigmentation on their skin, that's why over time of using fulvic acid, you can see the pigmentation getting faded or even disappearing. And then people who are tan can also get more fairer, because fulvic acid stops the production of melanin, which is the main component that cause your darkening of skin. And lastly is disorder of the skin. I want to touch more on eczema because a lot of people have this problem, I realize and observe. Now, how eczema occurs is because normal people, so in your skin, there are many layers of tissue, okay? So for a normal person without eczema, your layers are intact, okay? But for people with eczema, your layers are fragmented. So you maybe got, fragmented. So that's why, because of the fragments in your skin layer tissue, water is lost through the fragment. And that's why you see a lot of patients with eczema, they have very dry skin, and with very dry skin comes itchiness, and then you scratch, you get pain, you get bleeding. That's why eczema, people with eczema, they experience all these undesirable symptoms. But with fulvic acid, it can help to bring back the loss of moisture in your skin. One thing to mention is fulvic acid has very high oxygen content, and with that, it can also bring along very high water content. That's why fulvic acid, which is the mineral I, you can spray on it, and you can also ingest, which is you can take orally. So if you are able to take it internally as well as to spray externally, the effect will come faster and also of a greater effect. Okay, so this is a study that shows a man with eczema. On the pre-treatment picture, you can see that the skin is very dry, is red, is swollen, and also I would suspect there's also itchiness accompanied. But after just spraying fulvic acid on it for few weeks, few months, you can see that post-treatment picture shows that the skin is almost like normal skin. There's no scaling, there's no dryness, there's no redness. It's back to, I would say 100% normal appearance. And in the study, it shows that just by spraying the fulvic acid on the skin, it is well tolerated. Okay, there's no like side effects in terms of pain or something else mentioned before. And even though there's a short-lived burning sensation, but it's a very short while. After that, the patient didn't experience anything else. No pain, no burning, and feels much better as explained in the study. And it also explained that there's a good safety profile, which means that it is safe to be applied on the skin anywhere. So you don't have to worry about, oh, fulvic acid, is it, can I really spray on my skin? You don't have to worry too much about that. And fulvic acid can also help to reduce the pH of your skin. And because of that, we reduce the itch of the skin. So you don't feel the need to scratch because it's not itchy. Another thing to add on is fulvic acid actually can work in all pH level. It has a double property in terms of managing the pH in our body. If your pH is too high, which is too alkaline, it can help to modulate it down to our normal pH level of 7.35 to 7.45. If your pH is too low, which is too acidic, it can also help to bring it up to our normal level. So it has actually dual component in terms of optimizing the pH level in our body. Okay, as I mentioned before in the earlier slide, that fulvic acid can help to improve our immune system, even up to fighting infections and viruses. So for the fulvic acid in mineral I, it has been tested to fight coronavirus, to test on coronavirus to see how much of virus reduction can be observed in the test. And so this test was done in 2021 in Japan, in the Laboratory of Food and Environment and Hygiene institution. The lab is called Shokukanken. It is a recognized and certified lab in Japan. So how they carry out the test is they have three solutions. The first solution just mainly contains phosphate buffer solution. Second solution contains concentrated mineral I solution. And the third solution contains diluted mineral I solution. So they will add each of the solution into three different samples that contain coronavirus. So after adding, they will observe, and the result came out to be for the phosphate buffer solution, there wasn't any reduction of virus in the sample. And then in the second sample, where they added the concentrated mineral I solution, they found that after 15 seconds, more than 90% of virus has been reduced. And after 1 minute, which is 60 seconds, more than 99% of the virus has been reduced. So it's almost equivalent to all the viruses has been killed, so-called killed by the mineral I solution. And then for the third solution, which is diluted mineral I, after 15 seconds, viral reduction got to as high as 84%, and after 1 minute, more than 93% of the virus has been removed or reduced. So this shows that our mineral I, which contains fulvic acid, has very strong and powerful antiviral function or property to fight even coronavirus. So all the more, if you think about our normal chest infection, our water infection, which is what we call UTI, they also contain different bacteria, different viruses, and it has this anti-infection property found in its own component. Okay, so for fulvic acid, besides spraying on your skin, like I mentioned before, or even consuming, you can also do a lot of things in your daily life. You can add onto your food. And then I mentioned before, even plants themselves, they want to have fulvic acid. So if you yourself have a garden or you're growing plants or, vegetable along the corridor, you can also add them to your own vegetation, but obviously don't add the pure, just you have to dilute so that the plants can take it not too much. Okay, you can also add onto your salad, your food, and it's also even good for pets. I will show you some testimonial later to show you why pets are also benefiting from fulvic acid. And for removing bad odor, because aluminum is also found in bad odor. So imagine, fulvic acid can remove aluminum, right? So obviously it can also remove the aluminum in our perspiration, which then will not cause any odor. So you don't really have to go to your Watson, your normal local brand supermarket to buy your deodorant. You can actually just spray fulvic acid onto, under your armpits, and that can also do the work. I myself personally have sprayed on it, and I do see the effect that no more bad smell under, So for fulvic acid, JAPA, so it's the Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Disease. So this is an association that is recognized by the Japanese government, and it's been established for a long time, 30 odd years. And they will only give certification to products that they deem safe, because they are actually a very stringent institution. Let's say, for example, there are, let's say, 5 supplements in the market that contains fulvic acid. Only ThanksAi, Mineral I, has gotten this logo on the, if you can see on the bottle, on the packet, okay? Because the company ThanksAi the supplements have gone through the quality check by this association, JAPA. So ThanksAi, Mineral I, is the only one in the market that has gotten this logo and has gotten this certification. So because if the supplement is not pure or not natural, it would not have gotten the logo or certification by JAPA. With relevant enough clinical reports to show that Mineral I can really improve a human being's health. That's why they managed to get the JAPA certification. And with over 6,000 registered doctors in the association, and also we know that Japanese, they aim for perfection in everything that they do. Packaging of food, service in the lift. Those who have traveled to Japan will know that their standard of living, standard of expectation in their daily living, their food is extremely high. So to get CHAPA certification, mineral I is really the top of all supplements. So PubMed is a database search engine used by many researchers, scientists, even in the UK. So when we are doing our own research, we always often refer to this website to look for articles, to look for studies, researchers, to substantiate our own research or, quality improvement programs or audits. So looking at the links in the slide, you can see that Mineral I also has papers in this database search engine, and there are many papers on fulvic acid. So you can be assured that fulvic acid has been around for a long time, gone through many reviews, gone through many clinical experiments to prove its benefits and its safety. So just sharing some testimony about this person who has taken Mineral I. So before, you can see it's a very typical presentation of someone with eczema. You can see a lot of scratch mark, very dry skin, very dark skin as well. And of course, because of the scratches, there's some bleeding, and also there's some scars. But after taking 1 month of Mineral I, you can see that the skin has lightened. If you remember, I had my explanation before, because fulvic acid can stop the production of melanin. So that's why this patient is also seeing fairer skin now. And it also helps to bring moisture to the skin. So you see the skin is looks more, moist, not as dry as before compared. And the redness, the swelling has also all gone down. It doesn't look as angry as before, isn't it? And which is helped by the anti-inflammatory property of fulvic acid. Okay, so this is just another example of eczema. So before and after, you can see from being very angry looking, very red, very swollen with all the scratch mark, it has become, very healing very well. It's like there's no more holes in the skin as compared to before, and it's very even. Yeah. And then because fulvic acid can help to increase your absorption rate of your minerals, right? So looking at the picture on the left, the broken fingernails shows that this person is lacking in vitamins and minerals. But after taking Mineral I, you see the fingers are very nice, very smooth. There's no more cracks. And because the body is receiving the necessary minerals and vitamins that it needed with the help of fulvic acid. And then the picture on the right shows what we call hand eczema. Again, you see eczema, typical presentation of dry skin, redness, swollen. And after taking Mineral I, it's back to, very healthy, pink looking, moist skin. And this is a testimonial on spraying Mineral I on your head. Okay, so you not just can spray on your skin, on your hand or leg, you can also spray on your scalp, because as you know, fulvic acid helps to bring nutrients even all the way to your scalp where there's a lot of hair follicles. So this person, after taking Mineral I orally and also spraying on the hair, it has now, a lot more abundance of hair growth on the scalp. Okay, and then next, I think animals are more sensitive than us human beings. So for this testimonial, the kitten originally had very dry skin, especially on the neck, as you can see. But after the owner gave it to fulvic acid in the food, and then also spraying on the skin, and also bathing it with fulvic acid, you see the drastic change in the skin, where there's firstly hair growth, same as the previous testimonial. And secondly, the skin also is no longer dry. And even you look at the kitten, it looks so healthy. I don't know, if you look at picture number 1 compared to picture number 4, you can see, and I can feel the radiance in the cat. So it does benefit the animals as well. So because if it's something not good for the body, usually animals will shy or move away from it. But there's no such thing for this cat. So fulvic acid is also safe for animals to handle. And then for dogs, so mentioned before that fulvic acid helps to combat infection. So for this dog on the left, it has gotten fungal infection. Okay, but after applying fulvic acid mineral eye on the skin, you see that the infection has gone off, fungal has been removed, and it's back to normal pinkish healthy looking skin. Same for the dog on the right. It says, okay. And then this one is something that I would also like to touch on. This is a report on a particular person who had high cholesterol. So in the beginning, triglyceride was 12.63. Total HDL to cholesterol ratio was 10.1. And then if you look at the LDL, which was not highlighted, it was 2.72, which is high because normal range is less than 2.58. But after taking fulvic acid about 2 months, the triglyceride has been reduced more than twice, and total ratio has also been reduced also more than twice. And if you look at the so for this particular person, he not only took fulvic acid but also other supplements of ThanksAi, and all these could help with his lowering of cholesterol. One thing why fulvic acid can help to reduce cholesterol is because from one Nigerian study, it has shown to bind to bile acid. Bile acid can actually cause your cholesterol to be high, but with fulvic acid, it binds to it and also remove it through the kidneys. And second thing that fulvic acid can do to your bad cholesterol, which is LDL, is to stop LDL from oxidizing. So with that, it will not become the triglyceride. That's why fulvic acid has this property to reduce your cholesterol overall. Okay, so for me, I'm someone very passionate about health, because health is wealth. Without health, there's a lot of things you cannot do, especially I do feel more for elderly, especially because they are of an age where they are not as strong as us. The absorption rate is really low, but with fulvic acid, I truly believe that they can receive the necessary nutrients and minerals that they needed to continue to give them the strength, the energy to do just simple things in life. Even like, going to the market, doing your household chores, bathing yourself. And of course, fulvic acid can reduce or delay, Alzheimer's disease, or what we call dementia, from developing. Because the food that we eat nowadays are a lot of processed, which can contain a lot of heavy metals. So that's why, besides, looking into our diet, we also need something to keep everything in balance, in check. And with fulvic acid, it can help with the balancing of our vitamins and minerals. So I think I encourage. So for those of you who are already, taking mineral I, continue to to take it so that it can give you the benefits that I've just mentioned. And for those who are unclear about fulvic acid, I hope the sharing today will be able to give you more insight about how this mineral I can provide the benefits that you might need or you want to have. Okay, so share the goodness of health to everyone you love, just like how ThanksAi motto is. And I'll pass this on to Yvonne.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Quek. I'm sure we all learned a lot about fulvic acid just in one session. So, yeah, for those who haven't tried our mineral I mean fulvic acid. So basically, we have actually a very, very good promotion this month in Malaysia. Okay, so actually talk to the person who invited you to this call. So we actually have a buy 6 get 3 free kind of bulk purchase promotion. So ask the person who introduced you to this call. Haven't started the product yet, please really, really, you must get to know more about this product and start it as soon as possible. And also for those who have actually benefited from the product, yeah, share the goodness to the people around you, because as you have learned from Dr. Quek, fulvic acid has so much benefits, and there's so many testimonials that you can see. Even pets, it's as safe as pets can even take it because they are very sensitive. So if they can use it, human beings definitely can also use it safely. So I encourage everyone to find out more from the person who invited you to this call today. Okay, so and also so thank you so much, Dr. Quek. And also next week, Power Monday, same time at 8:30, we will actually be talking more into Jogenex, another amazing product of ThanksAi. Okay, so for today, thank you so much for everyone for joining us on Power Monday. Okay, we'll see you next week. Thank you and good night.